Hey, beautifuls. Let's take a deep breath. Let's take two more. Today's word of the day is consideration. I woke up with deep consideration on my mind, and I realized that consideration was the driver and I was the passenger in my life. And consideration was literally making every single move that I had, and it was making me really uncomfortable. Okay, and let's imagine this. Close your eyes. Imagine that there's a truck. Actually, make it be a bus because buses are cute. And consideration is literally in the driver's seat, and I'm in the passenger seat. And we're driving, and consideration can literally go straight, right? It can go straight. But there's another car that looks like it might also want to come in this lane. And the only way for consideration to move out of that lane to help the car get through is to put itself out of its way by going 3 lanes over and speeding up. So consideration can either stay on this one path while this other car tries to maneuver how to get over to its lane, or consideration can be aware of that car trying to get over and can literally go over the 4 lanes. That's the only safe spot that consideration could go as a truck and go really fast. So consideration is but I have to do this. So it literally starts zooming. Literally, my body flings across the fucking bus. I'm flying around the bus now because consideration literally made me go out of its way to help this other car be able to have a more peaceful existence. And the consideration zooms across the 4 fucking lanes and hopes and prays that it didn't make anybody else feel uncomfortable while doing that. It feels guilt about that part and maybe all the other people that it possibly put out of its way to help that other person be considerate. That other person feel better about their lane. And then considerate finally gets to its other lane and it's fucking shook. But it's okay, but we're fine. We're okay. And our nervous system is fucked up. My nervous system, I'm shaking. I have no trust. I have bruises on my body and shit. And then there's another fucking car. There's another car that needs to get over, and consideration is okay. So it does the same exact thing, and it is just a never-ending ping pong of consideration going out of its way for other people. After all of that, on top of all of that, consideration doesn't even get a thank you honk. The cars are just going. They're just living their lives. Actually, some of the cars didn't even see consideration going out of its way. Some of the cars just literally fucking just kept going. Never looking back. And so, yeah, I think that is how I've been living my life. You can open your eyes or you can keep them closed. But that is how I've been living my life. I've been living my life with consideration in the driver's seat. And then, I'm thinking at least maybe someone would see me in my big dented truck, Because it did get a little bangs and bruises on it after doing the fucking most. And revving its engine, if you think about the engine as the nervous system, it's exhausting itself. And so this morning I woke up and, I'm going through week 2 of my PMDD week. And so usually how that shows up for me is just really feeling dysphoric and foggy and not in my own body and just feeling like I'm not comfortable. And so I think that when I'm living an uncomfortable life, right, and then my PMDD comes, it makes me super uncomfortable. It's what the fuck can I do that I'm in control of to be able to make myself feel more comfortable? And so, yeah, that I think that's one of the things that my PMDD has really helped me with. I feel like my PMDD is really fucking inconsiderate. I really do. But when I think about it, its inconsideration actually has helped me learn more about myself and take better care of myself. Because I've been magnesium deficient for a long time and I've been iron deficient for a long time, but it took my PMDD to make me feel so bad that I went to go get my blood checked. And then I find out that I am deficient in these things. And I know that my PMDD will continue to be exacerbated if I don't do these things to help it. So now I take my magnesium every day, even though I once felt like the pills were too big. Now I figured out how to make it work. I take my iron. I have some PMS tinctures that my mom gave to me. All of these things are very, very helpful for me. So So yes, I say all that to say that PMDD wasn't considerate, but its inconsideration actually helped me take care of myself. I think that's really deep. And that leads me to my next point of there's nothing wrong with being uncomfortable. I wonder actually, okay, let's digest this because this just came to me. Is comfort a capitalistic mindset? Let's think about like animals for a second, right? Like my cat Tam, she literally I bought her a whole bed one time. Like, oh, I spent $75 on a bed. She looked at it and laid on the floor because I was sleeping on the floor at the time because I was waiting for a mattress to come in. She literally slept on the floor with me that whole time while her little bed was like in that corner. Because animals don't give a fuck about comfort. It's cool, like the most comfortable thing for them is like their parents when they get to lay on them, I'm sure. But like other than that, comfort is not like birds. Birds sleeping like on twigs. Is that comfortable? Like animals sleep in trees. Like, is that comfortable? You know what I'm saying? And in the discomfort, we find ways to grow or to adapt. And I wonder if our ability or our yearning for comfort makes us have a lack of adaptation skills. Because I try so hard to be considerate to help people not have to set boundaries. I want us to ruminate with that last thought because I just literally had it and I want that to like sit in my body. Because if comfort wasn't a thing, we wouldn't buy the fucking good beds. We wouldn't buy the good pillows. I wouldn't have soft, comforting sheets. And I wouldn't have, they say, oh, the more you spend on sheets, the better, the more comfortable they are. But also though, right, when you're uncomfortable, right, some of the cheaper things are uncomfortable. The worst mattresses are kind of the cheaper mattresses, and the bedding is not that soft and comfortable, and that can kind of dysregulate you sometimes. So maybe there is a system where there is a system where they want some people to be dysregulated, the underprivileged to be dysregulated. But then they take advantage of the underprivileged and say, well, you can be comfortable if you work so hard and if you buy the bedding and buy the beds and buy the comfortable things, buy the neck pillows, buy all that. So then they, instead of working on regulating their system and figuring out another way to be able to feel more comfortable and feeling more comfortable within their own bodies, they work so hard to be able to feel comfortable physically around with their surroundings. That's why people buy the designer clothes and all that stuff. That makes them feel comfortable. That makes them feel like, look, y'all, I have money. Look, oh yeah, this designer clothes, this quote unquote feels better. Please. By the way, do people really say that? Like designer clothes feel better? Because I have some $12 tops from the fucking local market that feel great, that were like made with nice fabric. Let's take a breath to digest that. When I think about certain like writings, I guess I want to say like Sanscripts or even the Bible is a fucking interpretation of what somebody else said. And it's like, if we all just share the downloads that we have or the interpretations that we have personally, maybe we can help somebody else, or maybe we can help unlock their downloads. What if everybody had their own personal fucking Bible? And what if everybody had their own personal Jesus? Like, not even Jesus as a whole, like the white man that you see in your head, because, but like, what if everybody had their own, like, and that's what you're supposed to be. Like, when I did my shroom trip, the person that guided me through my shroom trip was my higher self, aka my Jesus, my Buddha, my everybody that everybody represents or loves or whatever. She was my God. I was my God. And that was why they kept, like, all of the things that I read, especially things that are written in Mexico, are like, you are everything and everything is you. There is no separation. But the way that the society has literally tried to separate any and everybody, it's sick and crazy. So my point is, I think that the freedom lies on the other side of discomfort. And I think that I've spent so much of my lifetime trying to make people feel more comfortable that I've literally gone out of my way to then be uncomfortable or make myself be uncomfortable. And the thing about it is that with consideration, you are actually giving somebody an opportunity, right? So when someone is inconsiderate of me, I'm actually able, and more considerate of themselves, I'm able to either practice setting a boundary and say, oh, I'm actually not able to do this right now. Or on the flip side, I can think to myself, wow, this person didn't even consider what I was going through, right? Okay, that's the little one. Or else there's the other end of it of like, wow, I actually really need this thing right now in my life because I needed a distraction, or I needed, or it taught me something, right? When someone is inconsiderate to me, it actually teaches me like, oh shit, I can ask for what I want and need. Because like, or I can do like a blatant request for that to a specific person. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that you are giving someone an opportunity when you are being considerate of yourself. Because I don't think we should call that inconsiderate. And also maybe defining what inconsideration is, right? So if I know that someone is grieving, but I need something from them, I probably wouldn't ask for it because I don't feel like they even like have it to give in that moment, right? It was interesting though, this time around, because me and my twin were actually simultaneously grieving at the same time. And so I think we were both trying to be considerate of each other, but also there for each other. But also she asked me to help her with something in the midst of some of the things that, well, actually she asked me to help her with something like right when or right before something started happening with me. But I say all of that to say that because she was considerate of herself and she asked for what she needed in that moment, that taught me the great lesson of, oh, I can ask people for help in this way. But then she had also asked me for something else, right? And I wasn't able to do it. I really wasn't. I didn't have the capacity. My cat had just passed, and I was really going through it. So then in that moment, she gave me the opportunity by asking me to help her with something else that I got to practice my boundary and just saying no. Did I want to help her? Of course. But was I able to help her in that moment? No, I had helped her that one time. And then if I had to help her the second time, I swear I would have. But I genuinely would have been pulling from nothing to be able to help because I had nothing to give anymore. So that opportunity, her asking me twice, the first time helped me learn, oh wow, I can ask for help. And the second time helped me learn, oh, I can say no. And guess what? She handled it on her own. She wasn't mad at me for saying no. She didn't hate me for saying no. She still went to hang out after I said no, like all of that. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that was an opportunity that was given to me, and it went perfectly. It went beautifully. It went just as it should be. And so sometimes I don't ask for help and I hold this resentment in my body. And you know what I think it is for real? For me, especially since I've moved, I've learned that there is a very transactional thing that happens sometimes where people act like, oh, I'm giving you help. But then it ends up being like, oh, hey, actually, can you help me now? Because it's like they give you help because they know that you will be in a position to be able to help them at some point, and maybe even a grander way. And, normally I wouldn't try to pin that on people. Maybe they genuinely just want to help, right? But no. Because I have learned that I have pattern recognition. And so this didn't come out of nowhere. Like I've seen this happen to other people, and I've had it happen to me, to where I've had people in my life who are like, use me. And it's like, what? And then either I'll like ask for their help or not, or they'll get mad at me for not using them or not utilizing them. But then when it's time for me to actually, when they need me, they get resentful for me. Or they say something like, I don't even know what, they just make it seem like, I don't know. They set an expectation for the friendship that they want. And they act like they can be that for me when in reality they can't, but they're only setting that up so that I can be that for them. That's what I was trying to say, just point blank period. And it's just a pattern I've seen in my life too many times to ignore it at this point. So I think that's probably why I stopped asking for help, because I always felt like I've just experienced there to be you owe them after that. It's like an unsaid thing. Now, that's with a calculated person, by the way. With me and my twin, when she asked me to help her do what she needed me to help her do, there was nothing in my mind that thought, oh yeah, because when I need something, I want her to help. No, there was nothing in my mind that thought that. She was literally about to move, there wouldn't be an opportunity for this to happen. Like, I'm about to move now. Do I need help? Yes, but like, not necessarily though. I think that if I have to pick between like living the life where I'm constantly asking for help and constantly asking for assistance, right? Which is a beautiful thing. And I think that that's great. And maybe that's some people's path, versus knowing what I can and cannot do for myself, doing that because it would just simply make life better for me if I just handle it. And then getting assistance along the way in the areas that I need assistance in. Like, I'm packing up my stuff. And I know for a fact that like my mom's help yesterday was so helpful in helping me get things like back and forth from one apartment to the other. And she has a trip coming up at the time. Like, I don't know when this is coming out, but like, so I didn't ask her for help because I thought that would be kind of inconsiderate. But she offered the help, and I thought that was so considerate. And so yeah, so my point is just that, but I was able to do like the packing and stuff, and then she came over and helped me, show me what like certain things that maybe I could consider packing as well, or certain ways to pack and stuff like that. That was helpful. So I think that my thing with help is not, oh, I need to ask somebody to help me do this or get through this or whatever. And that's okay too, to have that. And that epiphany will come, right? Right now, I'm just figuring out who the fuck is like my tribe and who I can trust. So that's the part I'm at right now. The part about learning to ask for help will come. That's not a part I'm just going to dismiss. I know this is the part that I need to work on. But I think right now I'm really proving to myself what I can do. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I do think that my heart craves practicing asking for help. But I think it just depends on the kind of help. I really do. And I think it depends on where I'm at emotionally in my life at the time. And listening to my gut, and it's not that I don't ask for help, because I have, like, even with moving, I've reached out to so many different people, and sometimes I don't ask for help because I'm scared of the disappointment or the rejection, or whatever. And so that's okay. Like, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be rejected. It's okay to be not acknowledged. I won't die. I've been ignored before, or not acknowledged before, or not helped before. It stings for a second, and then every time that happens, I'm able to once again trust in myself more. So I would just like to take every opportunity as an opportunity to find balance between asking for help, asking for assistance, accepting help and accepting assistance, and having trust in myself and doing things on my own as well. So yeah, that's my TED Talk. I'd like to call this my Tia Talk. Thank you so much for coming to my Tia Talk about consideration. I also am writing a book about this, about my life. I don't know. I'm writing a book, something. Some point something will come out, but I'm writing. And so it was helpful to get this like organized on paper first, and then be able to come to you, and then be able to unlock even more epiphanies about like animals and the truck and stuff like that. So the bus. So thank you. I love you. Please give yourself a hug for me. And be kind to yourself. Be kind to animals. And hey, Tam and Sue. Later.